about
New Earth.
maybe 4 or 5 blocks. That way.
Di ba na
A couple dozen art galleries.
This all hotel. Kaya centric.
Yeah.
Too much mistakes.
Oh yeah.
And down by the river, the area that Roy was
Well, if you like art, you'll enjoy that. Every year they have what's called White Linen Night on Julia Street. That's the fancy people. And there's some white wine, and everyone wears white. White. A week later, we have a French party.
Anna?
Dirty Linen Night. So you don't have to dress up. And it's getting white wine and it's got a blue ribbon beer. And it's the art galleries on Royal Street, which is a nice art. So,
Royal is nice, that's the front.
yeah. Bourbon is not good for anything. You're back to school clothes, according to this from washing machine, lawnmower, whatever you want.
No, but what I got a little laugh out of this morning when we walked from the canal was the front Ritz-Carlton. You have the Ritz-Carlton sign, and above the Ritz-Carlton it has that Chris department store, the 5, 10, and 25-cent sign. And then underneath, you know, the cheapest and the very expensive.
Canal Street is the widest street in North America by 3 inches.
By 3 inches. Okay. So what's the most beautiful lobby? We now saw this one, we saw here, and we saw Roosevelt.
The Roosevelt is probably the nicest.
Yeah.
If you're out moseying, the Roosevelt Hotel just on the next block has a real pretty lobby, all decorated for Christmas.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Big and lot.
And when you walk through that lobby, you say, so where did the White House get the idea from to put these white branches with the lights like this?
Yep.
That's the hotel over there, probably.
Here we are.
Thank you.
You go ahead, I'm not going. I wish I could.
Okay, thank you.
What's your last name? Thomas. Brian,
I'm not that Karen, I'm the other Karen.
My grandma's name is Karen.
She is, all right. But I'm going to be taking you all around the city. I'm going to show you some areas you probably normally would not see on your own. We're going to start off by going through the French Quarter a bit. And then after the French Quarter, we're going to take a ride through the Marigny, Tremé. We're going to go into one of the cemeteries here in the city. Now we're also going to go to the Garden District, the Warehouse District, so we actually have a whole lot to see. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, now before we get started though, I have to ask, how's the temperature back there? Mississippi River, and they knew it'd be a great place to build a city at the mouth of the Mississippi River. So they sent over Bienville. He came up the Mississippi River looking for the highest piece of ground he could find. And that's where the French Quarter is today. Now all around the French Quarter was swampland. So over time we've dug canals to be able to help drain the swamps off to be able to expand the city. That's why today most of the city of New Orleans is about 6 feet below sea level. And New Orleans was named after Philippe Duc d'Orleans, who was the regent of France at the time. Now right there to the right is Caesar's Casino. Now has anybody gone over there to make a donation yet? change when they cross over. And that's because everything here in front of us is going to be the French Quarter, which was the French section of the city. Everything behind us was the American side. Now back then, they had their own street names, and still today, they change when they cross Canal Street. So be sure and take notice of that. Don't let that get you all turned around or anything. But as we cross over, if you look to the left or the right, you'll probably see some of the red streetcars. And we are officially pulling inside the French Quarter. Outside the French Quarter was considered to be a suburb. Marigny was the people who owned all this land up in here. But you know, at the age of 15, Bernard Marigny inherited all this land along with $7 million. Now he took a good chunk of that money. He went back to France, fell in love with the dice game, came back and introduced hazards to the city of New Orleans. Hazards was this dice game where they would just squat on the side of the street and throw the dice on the ground. Well, the Americans would watch the French guys play this game, and they thought they looked like toads squatting on the side of the street. So they started to call the game Crépeau. Crépeau is a French word meaning toad. Now eventually the Americans started to play the game, and the game of Crépeau was changed to craps. That's actually how craps got its name. They walked up the steps. Now, you know, things were a little bit different back then. Things were a lot different back then, actually. Now, just a few blocks over to the right is our fairgrounds, and that's where we hold our annual jazz festival every single year. You know, Jazz Festival is probably our second largest festival here in the city outside of Mardi Gras, of course. It's held the same 2 weekends every single year, the last weekend in April, the first weekend in May. Many big name artists come down every year for Jazz Festival. It's always a good time. It's always a really good time.
One unique thing about here is we're actually, this is below sea level.
Oh, okay.
The facility's about 6 feet below, but that line is the water line that the levee is on the river. So that's what happened.
Why would you want to have it below sea level?
It's just because that's where we are.
Oh, okay.
And it's just unique. Most places are in the mountains, so they're way up high. And it's hotter here, but we don't lose as much as we think because the humidity's so high.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, a lot of that's from molasses.
Molasses, I thought that was.
Yeah, we have we had molasses. We put in 160 gallons per batch of rum and 700 pounds of cane sugar.
Oh, okay.
And it's been so cold that when it comes down, you can put your finger on it and push the bead of molasses, and it doesn't stick to your finger.
Oh, okay.
It's so thick right now.
Very good. Thanks for your time.
Football team, the New Orleans Saints. We have any Saints fans on board? I didn't think so. But we do love our team down here, even though we had a losing streak for about 40 years. We still love our team. Now, we're not doing the greatest this year either. Probably not going to the playoffs, but which is really sad. Because we really wanted to go this year, because you know, this coming football, at the end of this coming football season, we will be hosting the Super Bowl game right there inside the Superdome. So we are really excited about that.